you got to be a people person, and especially with this business, because it's not a business where I build guitar and put them on a shelf in a shop, and then I never get to see how they've been sold. It's not that. As I mentioned before, every customer I interact with, I know if they like to ride bikes. I know what kind of music they listen to. I know colors they like. It's like being their girlfriend for a week, maybe longer. And and a lot of people understand the experience of getting a custom guitar from a private person. It's a different experience completely than buying it from a shop or from a semi-custom shop, like the big companies that claims to be custom. They tell me the personal stories. I had a build for a father and a son, which was great. I had a build for someone who's lost his brother, a build for someone that honored his mother in the guitar. There's like crazy stories, and everything is so interesting and appealing for me as a person. To the connection is something that I wouldn't give up in that situation. So if you are a luthier and you don't understand the meaning of having that connection, that you're doing something wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah. What's the most kind of meaningful or most interesting thing, reason someone has built a guitar, or like, what's the most interesting story you've heard relating to sort of, you're talking about someone sort of honoring their mother, or a father and son getting the guitar. What's kind of the most interesting one, do you think, or maybe the most meaningful or the funniest?
I have two of them. One is pretty emotional and maybe sad, and the other one is pretty funny.
Okay, that's good. We'll start with the sad one, and then we'll go to the funny one.
All right. So the sad one was someone who lost his child, I think was kid, and another bad thing happened that year. And I remember the main thing that I remember was he realized life is too short, and if you want something and it can bring you happiness, and it can also memorize a thing only for you, which no one else should understand or want to understand, then you should do it and not wait too long. And then he ordered the guitar, which represent of his son, and it had all sorts of elements in it to remind him of his child. So it was really special and unique build for me.
Yeah. Must have been very nerve-wracking building that.
Yeah.
It must. Yeah, there's a lot of weight on that.
Yeah, but most of the builds are that way. I mean,
I guess.
Yeah, because you don't want to disappoint, and you don't, and you want to nail that exactly what the customer wants. And it's so amazing. It's amazing how every time me and my wife works full time in the business, so she knows all the stories as well. And it always amazes us how 99% of the customers are truly amazing customers. I mean, really nice people from all over the world, doesn't matter. And it can be Japan, the US, Russia, whatever. And they're all nice people, really interesting stories. So it's really fun, to interact with them.
Yeah. And what's the funniest? What you said you had a funny.
The funniest is someone who asked me he bought the guitar for a friend of him as a present, and he asked me to write on the back, I think was dedicated to fucking name. I don't want to name drop, but was the name of the person.
That's great.
So yeah, it was kind of funny. I think you can find it on my Instagram probably. So the name is there. So anyway.
Yeah.